What's up, guys? Welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video, I'm back with another monster week video for you guys. So today I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know what monsters are worth getting. And for those of you guys that want to avoid a specific monster and maybe you have a mixed opinion, this video is gonna be for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and help you guys choose the right one. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Anyways, it's gonna get started. Alrighty guys, so take a look at this. We have Monster Week and it's available for the next 4 days basically. This thing is going on for the next 4 days, and so I wanted to make this video to help you guys out. Alright, so let's go ahead and... oh, by the way, last laps. Okay, cool. If you head over to the shop, you'll see this, but then on top of that, getting out of the shop, if you actually head over here, go to the shop here, you will see all these cells. And me personally, and I know some of you guys out there, or a decent amount of you guys actually know about this as well, but in case you don't, basically it's cheaper to purchase the cells and craft it that way. You know what I mean? So for example, if you had the option to purchase the monster from the shop, you know what I mean, versus going in here and purchasing the cells here and crafting it, I'd rather have you do it through here, because it's cheaper. It actually is cheaper, and you can actually compare the gems amount later on if you'd like. You do the math. But for those guys that know, for those guys that don't, well, now you know. You know what I mean? But anyways, if we actually go all the way at the end, you will see sludger cells here. Sometimes they mix and match and they give you other monsters. But anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over the monsters that are in the shop here, and of course this does rotate, and later on there's gonna be other monsters. But let's go over it, see what we got, and then I'll let you guys know if the monster's worth it or not. So first of all, starting off with UV Reforge. This monster is just terrible. Don't invest in it. Super Fume is actually not bad, but for 345 gems, I feel like that's doing a little too much. There's better monsters for the nature category. But if you are feeling rich and you want to spend the extra gems, go for it. But I personally wouldn't, because there's just better monsters for that nature category. Exothermic. Not so much. No. I understand that these two, you know what I mean, plus I think it's JJ, right? They're pretty good in the synergy team. Yep, you can literally see these are all the monsters in that. You know what I mean, you can run them along and they increase the stats and stuff like that. They work very well together. But personally, for 345 gems, I wouldn't. Shield Bolt is actually a decent monster. For the Thunder category, it's not bad. But there's another monster that I personally recommend over Shield Bolt. Although, here's the thing. They're two different like kinds. So this is a tank. The other one's a more of like a supporter, I would say. Yeah, supporter. I'll go ahead and show you guys later on who I'm talking about. But and it actually costs less gems. And this is specifically for Team Wars and PvP, okay? So... this one, it's a 50-50. It's up to you. 345 gems. I feel like it's a lot of gems. So if you want to purchase it, you can. But I personally wouldn't. There's other monsters that I'm going to mention later on that are worth it. Spitzy, not worth it. Swift Saga, come on. Not worth it at all. Branchio, do we even have to question that one? Mimens or Mimens? No, not really. I don't really like that monster. Tony the Turkey, not really. I know that monster has like a random positive status effect or something like that, or random protection with the status caster, which is okay, but honestly, the monster needs to get a turn in order for it to kick in. Little Aeneas, nope. Wave Plays, this one's a 50-50. There's better monsters. I'll let you guys know later on who I'm talking about for support. You know what I mean? This one's okay, but for 345, I feel like that's a little too much. Anyways, Grok Max is not worth it. Joltline's not worth it. Comet, all these monsters, as you guys can see, aren't really that worth it. For the gems that you're spending, not really. Gorruptor, on the other hand, is actually not bad, because this monster has access to a bunch of negative status effects, denials, and last but not least, well, besides the relics are good too, but last but not least, guys, of course, the trait. This monster has a block resurrection, and you guys know how OP that trait is right now in the game. So I would personally pick it up just for that. If you guys are looking for a supporter / denier, you know what I mean? Because block resurrection is technically somewhat of a support. You're helping your team by blocking them from coming back to life and damaging your allies and this monster, of course, as well. So I would say if you're looking for a denier, Gorruptor's great because of the block resurrection trait as well. These two monsters, not so much. Nope. Power Root, Dr. Bloom, Tawbell, no, heck no. Shakespeareante, not really, actually. Actually, Shakespeareante, for the animation, Anticipation is not bad on this monster if you want to use it for team wars. You know what I mean, to like fill the dragon. So this monster is only good for the dragon book. Let me tell you guys that, because this monster has anticipation, and for dragon book there's not too many good monsters in that. You know what I mean? So this monster could actually fill up for you if you want. So 345, that's up to you. This is a 50-50. If you really want to fill in that dragon book, this monster is not a bad option. Anyways, we have Rockonic. Nope, not worth it. This one has block resurrection as well. This one's up to you guys. If you want to invest in it, you can. He has block resurrection trait, and overall apparently it's a support with death countdown, hellfire, negative effect protection. So this one's a 50-50. It's up to you guys. Viserion, I believe, also has a block resurrection, if I'm not mistaken, so that could definitely be coming in handy. A lot of block resurrection monsters, and I do like them. Majority of them are worth investing in, like these ones like that I mentioned, but there's going to be some that you don't want to invest in. This one I won't really. Nope. Bukirpion is okay. This one's okay. I would say this one's a 50-50 as well. If you guys are looking for that, you know what I mean, artifact trait monster that could heal you and apply space time and stuff. If you get Bukirpion, you might as well get Enforcerion, because they work together. You know what I mean? They work well together. And if you're going to get these two, you might as well have Everest, because Everest just completes the setup. So these three are a pretty good trio, guys. I personally would recommend, if you pick up these two, you might as well have Everest as well on the team. Anyways, Kenobi's not worth it. This one's not worth it either. Now this one's actually not bad, because again, block resurrection, and this monster has damage boost as well. So it's like a support. It's basically a support. So this monster comes with a bunch of damage boosts and block resurrection to basically support your allies. Anyways, Bloodtech, not worth it. Actually, yeah, Bloodtech, not worth it. I was mistaken it with a different monster. These other ones, not so much. Kare is okay. She's good. It's up to you if you want to invest in this one. These other ones, not so much, not so much. Let's see, keep moving. Sources is okay, but for 322 gems, I don't know. I would personally get it for like 250 gems, but 322, I don't know. I'd rather, here's what I would do if I were you guys. If you're looking for a denier and sorcerers is like someone that you want, I'd pick up some salts for her from the monster shop. And then just request it in your team, and I'm sure there's gonna be at least one person that has extra salts for this monster because of how popular she is. Albinasa, great monster, great supporter, damage booster. If you're looking for one, this is the one. You should definitely invest in it. Prismatic Pandatone, not so much. Flame Guard, nope. The monsters, the days for these monsters are over. Now Drakharit, this monster is actually good for the Dragon Book if you guys are interested for Team Wars, worth picking up. For like the tank category, and also just for that book specifically. Now this is actually one of my personal favorites, guys. For Team Wars, this monster is amazing. You can even use it for PvP, but especially for Team Wars. For the nature category, because there's not a lot of great monsters in the nature element for Team Wars. You know what I mean? To kind of fill in. I'm not talking about in terms of like attackers and stuff like that or whatsoever, but in terms of like support to kind of block resurrection. You know what I mean? This will be the one. And of course, you want to invest in it, rank it up to the point where the monster is at a level or rank where she has the block resurrection and can help your teammates, and she has healing skills, NERs and stuff like that. Definitely worth investing. These other monsters are not so worth it, guys. I'd personally skip them. Yep, these ones I'm not really a huge fan, to be honest. If you want to pick this one up for Baba Bashir, it's up to you. Even Bashir is not as great as he used to be. Moving on, let's see. None of these monsters are really catching my eye. Not really worth the gems. Like I'm looking at it as like, if I were you guys, what would I spend my gems on? You know what I mean? Or what can I actually use these guys for? Let me see. Did you have a block resurrection? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I don't know if this monster had block resurrection, but if it does, that one's up to you, you know, if you want to pick it up or not. Grammy, no, there's better supporters than Grammy. Moving on. Let's see. Junk Joel. Scatcold. See, Scatcold's days are kind of over in my opinion. For 276 gems, I feel like that's overpriced for that monster. Now, if you're a beginner, this monster is actually great to pick up for sure. But down the line, you know what I mean? Not so much. I would say King Adam is a better option, and it costs less too. Yep. So anyways, Ion V2, if you're looking for a supporter for damage boost, this one's solid. Moving on. Let's see, who else do we have here? We're just moving. Oh, great. We're saving up a lot of gems by just skipping these monsters because, again, they're not really worth it. This monster has block resurrection, I'm pretty sure, but not really worth picking up. Unless, of course, there's a 72-hour challenge right now, or not 72, but like, you know, those coin flipping challenge cards and stuff. You can pick it up from there. You know what I mean? but not really worth the gems, guys. Moving on. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Nobody that really picks or catches my eye here. Not a single one. Voltic Redeemed might be actually worth it for 253 gems. I would say so. Why not? Yeah, if you guys want to pick up Voltic Redeemed, not a bad option. Cthulhu's days are over. I personally wouldn't, even though it has Black Resurrection. K9 11 is not bad for 253 gems. I mean, 253 gems is a little bit too much for the monster, but he's still worth it. You know what I mean? He still is usable. You can definitely pick it up. I would say so. For Team Wars, especially for Team Wars, guys, this monster is not bad at all. I would recommend picking it up, especially if you have the Curator's Horn talent. That duo just doesn't miss at all. Moving on, let's see. Darman's not bad if you guys want to invest in Darman, but 253 gems, again, that's a little bit overkill. I would personally pick it up for like maybe 200 gems or like 170, somewhere around there. But again, it's up to you if you want to invest in that monster. Robo's not bad either for 253 gems for the nature category. But here's the thing, if you want to decide between Robo versus Gob, you know, Goblards, whatever the name is, with the Black Resurrection we just saw earlier, I'd rather pick that one up over this one, because that one, Block Resurrection, healing, NERs. This monster has NERs, doesn't have Block Resurrection, which is huge. Again, does come with an Ascend, which is cool. There's some other stuff, damage boost and stuff like that, supporter wise. The other one, I don't know. I just like that one better, I would say personally, but it's up to you. Make the choice, decision. But me personally, if I were you, I'd pick up the other one. Moving on. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Lamuna. Nope. Lamuna's days are over too, guys. Not really worth picking up, in my opinion. I know some of you guys have different opinions, but I personally wouldn't if I had the gems. I just wouldn't if I had to choose between that monster versus a different one. Let's see. We'll move on a little bit more. King Adam, worth it. 230 gems. Pick it up, guys. Get this monster, max it out, and start using it. Shadowyna. I feel like Shadow is still usable. I literally used it this team war against a base. This is the team we're matching right now that we're facing, Angelus, whatever. And I'm not using it for my defense. But if we take a look at my attack here, I did use it. I ended up using that monster with this and this. And the base I used it against was literally a 150 Everest. A 150 Everest, a 150 supporter, whatever, damage booster, and a 150 Dumbane. And take a look at this. These were the runes, guys. Level 14s. We got, that's crazy. The fact that this monster had level 14s, but his Everest doesn't. Make it make sense. What the heck? Anyways, so this was the base that I attacked with Shadowyna. I literally, all I had to do was I let her take the turn, whatever she wanted to do. She wanted to attack me, go for it. She wanted to, you know, apply triple damage, whatever damage boost she wants, go for it. She can't do anything. You know what I mean? And then Everest, I just had to outspeed Everest with my Shadow, and I was able to take control over the whole battle. But anyways, guys, like I said, Shadow was worth it. Moving on, we got Naya. Naya, it's up to you guys. That one, honestly, I personally stopped using it. Nerida's okay. Talika, not worth it. Duke, not so much in my opinion. Volcanics. Now, Volcanics, here's the thing with this one. I would say it's not worth the 230 gems. Instead, I would pick this monster up from, you know, team cells, like requested instead. You can use it whenever you're filling in. For example, I know a lot of you guys know about the strategy with Uriel and another two monsters, and you could use this as a fill-up because it has a revival lesson. Basically, what you do is you literally spam life runes on your monsters, and you run the death countdown talent, and you let the enemy team just do whatever they want, and they all die due to that countdown. And if this monster ends up dying, he can come back, so it could save you a coin. It's up to you guys if you want to pick that one up. Because he is actually in he's in a very popular element there, and also it's in the Dragon's book. Again, Dragon, Spirit, and Wing, three books there. You know what I mean? So anyways, moving on. These monsters, not so much. Even Balderar is not worth it anymore. Slop, not so much. Fireful, I personally wouldn't. 230 gems is just a little too much for those monsters. Now there is one monster here. Look at this. Actually, two. Uriel the Divine versus Elvira Demon Slayer. If I had to choose between one of these two who to invest in, I'd rather go with Uriel. Uriel is worth it, guys. For 207 gems, I feel like that's a steal for sure. I could literally pick it up right now if I want to, but why would I? I have it at 150. I got the gems. I'm not trying to flex, but look at that. 1,000 gems. Ooh, that's so cool. Anyways, oh my gosh, I had to do the scrolling again. Right, back to it. So, anyways, between these two, Uriel first, and then Demon Slayer after. So, I'd rather pick this up first and then this after if I had the choice, but that's just my opinion, guys. Moving on, Galvanus, up to you guys. 207 gems. Again, It's all right. Not really like a must-have monster, to be honest. There is a couple of these other monsters. Honestly, I feel like 200 gems is a little too much for these monsters. I'd rather pick up the other one. Now, the only monster besides Ural and Elvira that I really would recommend you guys getting 100% is Xmas. Xmas is still usable. This monster is amazing, and let me tell you, this monster is just freaking fantastic. Like for 207 gems, it's worth it. Has a revival lesson, has the best trait in the game, Block Resurrection. And then look at these two, what do you call it? These two books plus the Thunder category. Whenever I see the Thunder element in Team Wars, 9 out of 10 times I run this monster. Not because it's my best Thunder monster, but just in general. Like this monster is just so popular, and players still use it. Top players. Like let me show you guys. Just picking somebody random here, okay? I know I said random, but let's say the lead of TS. Oh man, I wish he was using it doesn't show on profile unless they're using it for offense or defense. I need to find somebody. I feel like Ragnarok has it. I feel like Gleno. There we go. He doesn't disappoint. Look at that. He just never disappoints. Yo, look at this. Block Resurrection trait, guys. This player is using, of course, level 14 runes. Ignore the runes unless he actually has some kind of play, because I don't think that's supposed to be like that. Yeah, it's strength rune on Xmas. Anyways, but yeah, this monster is just packing with removing negative side effects, applying random positive side effects on everybody. The fact that you have a random negative side effect to everybody. There is an NER again with the 2 random positives, and then removing positive side effects as well. And lastly, there is one skill where it either applies life regen, death countdown, or instantly eliminates a monster. And don't ask me how I found another one, but look at this. Another top player from Incognito. Look at this. Boom. Well, you don't see any runes, but this player's using it because the monster is good. Anyways, back to talking about this monster. I would recommend picking it up. 207 gems. Even if it was like 300 gems, I personally still pick it up. But anyways, the monster is worth it is what I'm trying to tell you guys. These monsters, not so much. Hydroreon days are over as well. Snow Growth days are over. Daika, yeah, again, there's better supporters. Now, this monster is not bad. For 207, for the fighter category, and of course, there's Evil Legions in Underworld, especially Underworld. For that book, I personally would recommend picking it up for Team Wars. If you are a player that really likes focusing on Team Wars and growing, I personally pick this monster up. Especially rank it up to the point where this monster has the Satisfactory Torture immunity, but also Block Resurrection. So that's literally a big meta right now, guys, and it will be for a very long time. So I'd recommend definitely picking it up. Anyways, some of these monsters, I don't think there is really anybody from the Metro era that anybody could really pick up, unless there's one. Now, Quest, maybe because of the books and Element, and also the Nanovirus status casters. But yeah, I'd rather save my gems. But that's just something. I feel like Elgato just stopped being popular too. I don't know. Darkuma days are over, but Elgato, this one's up to you guys. I'm gonna leave that to you guys. These guys, nope. I'll just move on. Let's see. Now, some of these other monsters are actually not bad if you want to pick them up. Like, for example, here's the thing. Hear me out, okay? Chio Long can still be used. All right, and a majority of these monsters can still be used. All right, and I'll tell you guys in a second what I mean by that. So Chio Long, if you guys don't know, this monster was one of the most OP monsters back then and back in Corrupted era. And with this one, you know, there is this this monster comes with a lot of removing positive side effect skills, and there's trait disable for everybody. But the biggest part is the absolute zero talent. You guys know absolute zero, right? Now, what do I mean by that? If you put this with absolute zero, where it mega freezes everybody in the team 2 turns, so if the path is open and you can just trait disable everybody plus mega freeze them with that talent, I'd recommend picking it up only if you have Primerion, because with Primerion you can turn transfer over. You know what I mean? So with Primerion, if you have that one maxed, you can literally run this monster with team speeds, and it has a Ascend in case if it ends up dying, he can come back. But you literally turn transfer over to this, you trade table everybody and mega freeze them, and they're literally mega frozen for 2 turns, so they cannot get a turn in unless, of course, they have immune to control status caster that kicks in and helps them out. But that's really about it. Some things to watch out from. But of course, for 161 gems, I mean, it's up to you guys if you want to make that purchase. It's not like a must-have. I recently have been starting to use Modric a little bit for I believe it's a dragon book, which I need to focus on that book, because that book I'm lacking. This is the only monster I'm actually using for that specific book for Team Wars. I'm running like a soul drag with just that monster with team speeds. You know what I mean? Do I recommend picking it up? It's up to you. Not 100% like must have, but if you need monsters to fill in for the dragon book, it's there. You know what I mean? Anyways, a majority of these monsters, actually all of them, are really not worth it from this era. Yep. So Cosmic era, nothing. Original Mythic, we don't even have to talk about the original mythic. So anyways, guys, so that's my opinion on all the monsters there in the what do you call it, in the shop right now. So do I recommend picking them up? Yeah, the ones that I mentioned, do pick it up, but I would first check it out to see if it's in the monster sell week first. If it's in here, pick up the cells from here, it's cheaper. But if it's not in here and you're like, oh my gosh, the time is running out, go to the shop, pick it up from here instead. But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's monsters video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Anyways, let me know in the comments down below if you guys picked up any of these monsters, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
I